All right, good afternoon and welcome to the Harlan Community Girls Varsity Bowling Meet versus OABCIG. We are here at Cyclone Lanes and we've already started our competition play in the individual portion of today's meet, which will be 2 individual games and 5 Baker games. Since this is a girls only meet, a little different format than what we've been used to the last few years. We do have our bowlers separated across lanes 3 through 6, so we don't have as many people on each lane, which should make the competition move a little bit quicker. Up on lane 5 for the Cyclones, we have Phoenix Brewer, a freshman for the girls team. Going to knock down about half of the pins there and leave 5 standing. Except it looks like it was on second ball, so then it reset. Up on lane 3, we've got Haley Strom shooting at a 3 count spare. She's going to go ahead and pick that up for the Cyclone girls, and it looks like that was the first fill of the day. Our roster today for the Harlan Varsity girls is going to be Madeline Gall, who is on lane 5, Phoenix Brewer, and Lucy DeGroot on lane 5. And then we've got 3 girls on lane 3, Charlie Dorr, Haley Strom, and Katie Stern. For the OABCIG Falcon Varsity girls, we've got Hope Gann, Jalen Pierce, Jaylee Williams, Shaylin Bloom, Torlyn Wallace, and Lizzie Hofling. We've got Katie Stern up on lane 3 for the varsity girls, still doing a modified one-step approach as she continues to recover from knee surgery. Charlie Dorr up on lane 4 for the Harlan girls. She's going to go ahead and get a 9 count there on lane 4, leaving a 7 pin to shoot at. Phoenix Brewer's pins got set up here on lane 5, so she'll be able to shoot her second ball. Really nice shot for Phoenix there. She is just going to leave that 8 pin standing. And Charlie Dorr just misses her 7 pin there on lane 4. Madeline Gall up on lane 6 for our varsity girls just drops the 10 pin off of there. If you tuned in a couple weeks ago for our meet versus Kemper to start off the season, you might remember that our roster is very young, so we do have quite a few freshmen as part of our roster. Only a couple returning bowlers for the Cyclones, Katie Stern and then Lucy DeGroot, who was with the team for just 1 meet last year. So pretty young group. Some of them, Haley Strom has been involved in bowling previously through junior bowling leagues here at Cyclone Lanes on Saturdays, and then took some time to focus on dance before being able to focus more on bowling and dance in high school. So it's really exciting to see her out again, getting back into the swing of things. Just in a couple of weeks' time, you can already see a lot of tremendous improvements on the girls' side. Phoenix Brewer looks a lot more comfortable throwing the ball down the lane. It's definitely getting a lot more lane time and staying more towards the center, which is ideal for her and just for all the Cyclones in general. They'll continue to improve. I think after this, we do have quite a long break as we head into Thanksgiving break for the Cyclones. A couple meets in December before they hit winter break and then start the season with the boys. Looks like we're having an issue here on lane 5 where it keeps resetting the pins after the first ball. Charlie Dorr up on lane 3 for the Cyclones. Charlie Dorr had a nice pickup there on lane 3, which will bring us back to Haley Strom in the lineup over here for the Varsity girls. Haley Strom had a nice ball off her hand and is going to get a 9 count there for the Cyclones. Haley Strom picks up her pin there on lane 3. Starts off the first 3 frames with a clean game so far. Lucy DeGroot up on lane 6 for the Cyclone Varsity girls. Pulls it a little bit and is just going to get a few pins off the deck. Katie Stern had a nice shot for the Cyclones. It's going to leave a 4-7 there. Katie Stern picks up her spare as well as Lucy DeGroot on lane 6. Looks like we might have an issue here on lane 5 that we're going to have to dive a little deeper into as to why it's resetting their pins after the first ball.
I got two to do. I know, that's why I said, which one do you want to do? So what is Liz on lane 4?
Yeah, she threw a ball and left a 10 pin, but it didn't even score
because I had reset it and somebody reset it down. So we just reset it. Because somebody hollered at me, so I did it, and then you or somebody else did it.
I did.
So they and the double did it, so then it was on the wrong ball. So,
Okay.
so.
I'm sorry, I didn't know somebody else. So,
And I can't see when I'm doing it here.
yeah.
All right, I'll be right back. See if I need help with a quick lane call. Mom, do I need to set up the 10 pin on lane 4? Madeline Gall with a nice shot on lane 5 for the Cyclones.
Yeah. Well, I think Doug's back there. Yeah, I know. I know. Madeline?
Haley Strom with another nice ball on lane 4 for the Cyclones. I have a feeling we'll be seeing lanes 5 and 6 get transferred over to lanes 7 and 8 here as the issue on 5 continues. Katie Stern's going to go Brooklyn on lane 4 for the Cyclones and miss the head pin.
Do you want me to hold up?
Yeah, I just had Reese go back to Astro if he wants me to do that. To transfer? Okay. Hey, Logan. You guys want to go down and move all those house calls off of 7 and 8? And just put it back on the rack. Make sure nobody from 5 and 6 is using them.
All right, Haley Strom misses her 2-pin spare there on lane 3, and we are going to move our other 3 varsity girls over to lanes 7 and 8.
Thank you very much. Thank you.
Katie Stern leaves 3 pins up there for the Cyclones on lane 3. Having a hard time finding the pocket today or anywhere, just kind of coming up light or going across the head pin, Brooklyn, and not quite getting the head pin out of there. We'll lead off with Phoenix Brewer on lane 7. I know that their screen might be cut off for you who are viewing at home. She has a nice ball and leaves a 10 pin there on lane 7. Lucy DeGroot up on lane 7 for the Cyclones.
One time, Madeline, go get him.
Nice ball off her hand, gonna go right into the pocket, and she's gonna get all 10. The 8-pin there for Charlie Dorr on lane 4 kind of wiggled its way over closer to the 7-pin spot. It was almost standing at an angle before the pin table picked it up. Doesn't stop her, and she's going to go ahead and pick that up. Haley Strom up again on lane 4 for the Cyclone girls. She's also celebrating her 15th birthday today. I made sure to tell her happy birthday when I went down and set up that 10 pin for the OABC IG gal. No better way to spend it than at a bowling alley and staying plenty busy after school. We'll have Phoenix Brewer up on lane 8 for the Cyclones. Another 9 count for her, which is great to see. She was struggling to get high pin counts at the first meet of the season for the girls, and already is proving that 2 weeks of practice can do a tremendous amount for your game. She is going to go ahead and pick that spare up, and Haley struggles to get to the head pin here on lane 4 and misses her spare. Charlie Dorr up with a strike on lane 3, which will take us right back to Haley Strom. Lucy DeGroot with a nice 8 count there on lane 8 for the Cyclone girls. And that ball looked a little bit better off of Haley's hand, but still just came up short of the pocket. Katie Stern on her second shot here on lane 4 for the Cyclones. Looks like she's just maybe struggling to get into a little groove of where to play the lane today. Swinging it outside a little bit on her first shot caused gutter, and is going to leave that big 4 right where it should be. She doesn't have to shoot at that. Lucy chops just a 10 pin off of that 6-10 spare that she left. And Haley Strom is going to get all 4 on her spare there on lane 3. Madeline Gall up on lane 7 for the Cyclones. That was a very nice ball for Madeline. 9 count, leaving a 7 pin up there. Like many others, Madeline is also a young member of the team this year. She is a freshman. Much better ball in lane 3 for Katie. Madeline's going to go ahead and pick up that 7 pin, which was a great pickup for her and her first fill of the game today. Phoenix Brewer with a nice 8 count there on lane 7. Lanes 7 and 8 are just a couple frames behind lanes 3 and 4, as we did run into the lane problem on 5 and 6. So 3 and 4 they are heading into their 8th frame with Charlie Dorr up for a 9 count there. Really great second half of the game so far for Charlie. Only has 3 opens. Great follow through for Charlie there on lane 4. Picks up her spare. Lucy DeGroot shooting at a kind of a messy spare there, but she's going to go ahead and pick it up. Kind of a rough ball there for Haley Strum, only getting a 4 count on her spare. It's gonna go ahead and get a few more there, but not a great game, or not a great frame for Haley for the Cyclones. Back to Katie Stern in the lineup. Struggling to find her spot here on the lane today. No, it's been difficult with when you run into a few lane problems, you get out of routine. It's hard to kind of find your spot and get into your groove. Much better ball for Katie. It doesn't come up as much. She's going to leave a 1-2-7. Yeah. Lucy DeGree with another spare there on lane 8 for the Cyclones. They are now heading into their 7th frame today. And we are back to Charlie Dorr in the lineup for the Cyclones on lane 3, heading into the 9th frame. Pulls it a little bit and it's going to go on the left side of the head pin there, but a very doable spare. Madeline Gall had a nice ball there on lane 7. Pins kind of trickled down and ended up just leaving the head pin there. Nice recovery from Haley Strom with a strike on lane 3. Much better ball by Katie. She's just going to leave a 3 pin there. There you go, Katie. Just the spare she was looking for there on lane 3. Charlie Dorr heads into the 10th frame on an open here for the Cyclones, sitting on a 118 right now. Mom, Phoenix needs a 7 count instead of that 6 count. Oh, just kidding. I gave it to her. Lucy DeGree up on line 7 for the Cyclones. Just picked off a 3 count there on a spare. Charlie Dorr is going to finish with a 124 for the Cyclones. Haley Strom has a nice ball for the girls here on lane 4. Leaves a 5 pin. She's on a strike heading into the 10th frame, so sitting at a 124 plus whatever count she gets on this next ball, so potentially a 134 if she picks up this 5 pin. Haley's going to finish with a 142 for the Cyclone girls. Much better second ball there for Katie Stern. She's going to pick up the rest of those pins there. Got one more ball here in the first game. Shaylin Bloom for OABCIG finished with 100 on the nose. And Katie goes Brooklyn and is going to get 9 to finish her game at a 104. As we start to finish up this first game here of the individual portion of the meet, we'll take a minute to thank our sponsors for the 2025-2026 sports season. We have Pizza Ranch in Harlan, United Bank of Iowa, Western Iowa Medical, Conductix Wampler, Murty Medical Center, KNOD Radio, Cyclone Lanes, Keast Auto Center, Shelby County State Bank, Hanson House Senior Living, Polly Jones Funeral Home, Murty Medical Center Physical Therapy and Rehab Services, Fairway in Harlan, Do It Best Hardware, The Agency Insurance, Dr. J's Family Eye Care, Cyclone Seed and Chemical, Hamilton Financial Services, Patriots Choice Contracting, and the Peterson Family Wellness Center and Lewis Family Aquatic Complex. Torlin Wallace for OABCIG finished with a 144 this game. And Lizzie Huffling finished with a 127. I will go ahead and take a quick break as the lanes 7 and 8 head into their 9th frame. Jamie, do you have averages somewhere? Do you have their averages from like the first meet anywhere? So this is...
Divide that by 2.
Oh.
Except for Katie's and Lucy's. I'll have to get those to you.
She's not going. Just
98?
Just those. Okay. Lucy picks up her spare there on lane 7 for the Cyclones. We've got 2 Cyclones going into the 10th frame on a fill. Great ball by Katie Stern there for the Cyclones on lane 4. Does leave a 7-pin, but that might have been one of the best balls she's thrown all day today, and hopefully that'll get some confidence flowing for her. And we'll see if she's able to cover this spare. Madeline Gall is shooting at a 6-pin over there on lane 8 in her 10th frame. She did pull that one a little bit and is going to go ahead and miss that and finish her first game with a 91. Phoenix Brewer heads into the 10th frame on lane 8 off of a strike. We'll see how she utilizes that. Heading into today's meet, our averages after the first meet against Kemper were as follows. Katie Stern, a 141. Lucy DeGroot with a 110 average. Phoenix Brewer with a 98. Charlie Dorr with a 110. Madeline Gall with a 73. And Haley Strom with a 155. Hope Gann finished the first game for OABC IG with a 79. Jalen Pierce finished with a 117. And Jaylee Williams is shooting at a single pin spare. Phoenix Brewer finished with a 90 for the Cyclones, so just 8 pins under average, while Madeline Gall with her 91 finished well over average, which she was starting with a 73 average coming into today. So like I said earlier, tremendous improvements that are very easy to pinpoint in today's meet based off of where the girls were sitting just 2 short weeks ago after their first meet. Lucy DeGroot covered her spare there on lane 8 for the Cyclones in the 10th frame. She's now sitting at a 141 plus whatever count she gets on this last fill ball in the 10th frame. Julie Williams for OABC IG finished game 1 with an 89. Lucy DeGroot finishes with a 146 for the Cyclones. Charlie DeGroot, or oh my gosh, I'm looking at 2 different lanes. How am I supposed to keep track? Charlie Dorr up on lane 4 for the Cyclones. She gets a 7 count, and unfortunately it's kind of a nasty 5, 8, 10 split. Count here is good. Haley Strom up for the Cyclones on lane 4. Hits it right into the pocket and is unfortunately going to leave a 4-10 split. Thought for a second maybe one of those would get lucky and fall. Phoenix Brewer currently shooting at a 5-pin over there on lane 8. Depth perception isn't great from this angle, so we'll see if I can get all these pins correct. Lucy DeGroot up for her first frame of game 2 on lane 8 for the Cyclones. Lucy DeGroot picks up that 7-count spare. Katie had a nice recovery there on lane 4, getting 8 pins. So she did get still a great count, even though that first ball really struggled to stay on the lane. Charlie Dorr leads the Cyclones on lane 3 into frame 4. Looks like a good ball off of her hand. Went a little bit through the nose, and she's still going to end up with a split. 4-6-10. Madeline Gall up on lane 7 for the Cyclones. Really nice ball. Still ends up with a 4-6-7 split. Haley Strom throws the same exact ball that Charlie Dorr did, leaving the same exact split. Again, all we can hope for here is count. Phoenix Brewer up for the Cyclones on lane 7. Had a 9 miss her first frame. See if she's able to get the same, if not better count. Haley Strom gets the count there on lane 3. And Phoenix Brewer with a 6 count on lane 7. Lucy DeGroot with a 7 count first ball on lane 7.
Okay, take it off. That's baby. Fit it in there.
Charlie Dorr goes Brooklyn. They're on lane 4 and leaves a 9 pin. And Lucy DeGroot is going to go ahead and cover her spare on lane 7. Katie Stern shooting at a baby split there on lane 3. It looks like she pulled it a little bit too much and is going to miss both. Madeline Gall recovers from a gutter in her first ball and goes for a 4 count on the second ball in the second game. And Charlie Dorr is going to pick up her spare there on lane 4. Nice ball by Katie Stern for the Cyclones on lane 4. First ball didn't go where she wanted it to, but still recovered with a nice 9 count. Charlie Dora leading the Cyclones into the second half of their second game there on lane 3 and 4. Unfortunately, puts it in the gutter on a spare. Madeline Gall with a 4 count here on lane 7. See if she can get any additional count. Gets 4 more. Charlie Dorr recovers with a 7 count there on lane 3. And Phoenix Brewer has a good ball there on lane 7 and gets a 9 count. Phoenix Brewer covers that single pin spare there on lane 7. And we are back to Haley Strom in the lineup on lanes 3 and 4. On a spare here and is going to get right into the pocket, come in a little bit light and leave a 5 pin. Lucy DeGroot looking to recover from a slow third frame there. Is going to leave a 3 count spare to shoot at. Charlie Dorr is going to go right into the pocket there on lane 4 and leave a single 10 pin. Haley Strom covers that 5 pin with no problem. Lucy DeGroot covers her spare there on lane 7. And Katie Stern had a great ball on lane 3, leaving a 6-10 to shoot at. Haley Strom's ball on lane 4 looks good. She's going to leave a 4 pin to shoot at. And Madeline Gall picks up a single pin spare there on lane 8. Katie knocks down her spare there on lane 3, which was just what she needed. Haley Strom covers that 4 pin. And we'll be back to Katie Stern on lane 4. She goes up to hopefully get a great count to follow up with her spare that she previously had in frame 6.
Tom,
Tom, Phoenix needs a 6 count. She was on a spare. Katie had a great 9 count there on lane 4. Now she'll shoot at a 10 pin. Lucy DeGroot coming off a spare on lane 8 there. Let's see if she can get some great count. She's going to get an 8 count there.
Nice try. Yeah.
Madeline Gall comes off her spare with a 6 count, excuse me, shooting at 4 on her second ball here on lane 7. Then we are back to Charlie Dorr on lane 3. She's got a 7 count, leading the girls into the 8th frame. Charlie Dorr covers that spare, which will take us to Haley Strom in the lineup. We also have Phoenix Brewer up on lane 7 for the Cyclones. Haley Strom leaves another 5 pin. She likes that today. Let's see if she's able to run that one down. Phoenix Brewer was unfortunately not able to keep the ball in the lane there, and now she will shoot for count in her second ball. Madeline Gall up on lane 8 leaves a 4-5 baby split, and Lucy DeGroot is just throwing the first ball of her 6th frame for the Cyclones on lane 7. Goes a little bit through the nose and leaves a 4 pin, excuse me. And then we have Katie Stern up on lane 3 for the Cyclones. It's gonna go Brooklyn a little bit and miss the head pin, but still a very doable 3 count spare to shoot at. Madeline picks 1 off of that baby split. And we have Charlie Dorr up on lane 4. She's going to leave a 6 pin. Great count for her spare that she had in the 8th frame. And Lucy is going to just miss a 4-pin there on lane 7. Haley Strom was a little light there on lane 4, leaving the 2-5. Fortunately, Haley misses both of those there. Lucy DeGroot put it a little bit outside there on lane 8 for the Cyclones, getting a 5 count for her first ball. We've also got Katie Stern up on lane 4 for the Cyclones. Lucy got 2 on her second ball. Nice attempt to cover her spare there on lane 4 for Katie. That can be a tough one depending on what angle you try to pick that up at. Lanes 3 and 4 are just getting ready to head into their 10th frame here, with Shaylin Bloom for OABCIG taking the lead on that. Cyclone girls on 7 and 8 are just heading into their 8th frame. Madeline Gall had a nice 9 count. Now she'll shoot at a single 2-pin spare. Charlie Dorr will get ready to lead us off into the 10th frame. She's heading into the 10th frame with a 79 in the 9th frame on an open. Pulls that across her body a little bit and is not going to get any pins there. Madeline Gall also misses her single pin spare there on lane 7, which will bring us back to Phoenix Brewer. Charlie Dorr is going to finish with an 83 for the Cyclones in the second game. Haley Strom is heading into the 10th frame with a 117. Just got a 7 count there for her first ball. Hopefully she can pick this up and get another good count on the fill ball here for the Cyclones. As right now it's sitting that she will be the high game for the Cyclones. She does chop the head pin off of there, and she's going to finish with a 125 for the Cyclones. Will not be as great of a showing for the Cyclones here in game 2. Spares and strikes were not our friend. Katie Strom up for the first, or gosh, Katie Stern up for the second For her 10th frame of the second game, she's going to get a 9 count, and she will be shooting at a 3 pin to convert. Shaylin Bloom for OABCIG finished with a 99 for the second game, followed by Torilyn Wallace's 171, which by her reaction, I assume might be one of her highest games. Katie Stern finished with a 105, which she improved by her first game by 1 pin. Lizzie Huffling is going to finish with, that already went away, so give me 1 second. I'm not quick enough.
So, Jada, did you get that?
Mom, look at lane 4's final scores. It reset already. Lizzie's score specifically. Somebody seemed to have pressed clear on lanes 3 and 4, so we weren't able to get the final score counts there. What is Lizzie's score? Thank you. All right, Lizzie Huffling finished with a 131 there for OABCIG in the second game. We are finishing up the 9th frame over here on lanes 7 and 8, when they will take a quick break to reset the lanes and prepare them for the Baker portion of the meet. If you're not familiar with the high school bowling meet format, our bowlers do bowl the 2 individual games. They drop the low series out of their 6 bowlers, and then they move to the Baker portion and bowl 5 games of Baker. Baker format means that we have a lineup of 5 bowlers. One sits out and usually rotates in based on the game's scores. So for the Cyclones, they'll usually let the person that had the lowest 2-game series sit out the first game. Then they'll have somebody rotate in for the first, or they will bowl, not rotate, bowl the first and 6th frames, 2nd and 7th, 8th, or 3rd and 8th, 4th and 9th, and 5th and 10th frames. If you can't tell by all my screw-ups today, it's definitely a Monday of a short week, so just bear with me. Right now we've got Madeline Gall with a 7 count going up to shoot at her 3 count spare here on lane 7. It's going to grab one of those pins, and she's going to finish with an 80. Both games today were above her average of 73, which again is a great improvement. Hope Gann finished with a 119 for OABCIG. We've got Phoenix Brewer up for the Cyclones. She is wildly gonna get 9 of them down and leave the head pin. Phoenix Brewer was able to run the head pin down, and she will get another ball here in the 10th frame. Jalen Pierce is going to finish for OABC-IG with a 91. Phoenix finishes with a 84, I believe, for the Harlan girls. Lucy DeGroot heads into the 10th frame for the Cyclones with a 95 coming off a spare and gets an 8 count. Lucy DeGroot knocks down that spare. It's going to get one fill ball here in the 10th frame. And Shaylee Williams for OABC-IG is going to finish Jaylee Williams finished with a 135 for OABC-IG. Lucy DeGroot unfortunately only knocks one off the rack there. And she finished with a, I swear the please wait at the end of the game stays up much longer than it needs to. All right, Lucy DeGroot finished with a 114 there for the Cyclones. We will take a quick break before we return for the Baker portion of the meet. Thanks for watching.
Okay, we're going to go ahead and get repositioned to have our Bakers. Our Bakers are going to take place on 3 and 4. During this small interlude, though, we are going to take this time to recognize one of our Harlan Cyclone owns having a very special day. So if we could all really quick sing happy birthday to Miss Haley Strong, I would really appreciate that. And we have cupcakes for both teams. I'll start us, but I'm not a good singer, so you guys got to take over. Happy birthday. For those in the crowd that are not used to the Baker format, this is where the sport of bowling becomes a true team sport. Each member of the 5-member team will bowl 2 frames to get a 1-game score. So good luck and good bowling, girls. I do need you to pay really close attention to that ball return to make sure balls don't go back underground. So make sure you have at least a 1-ball opening at the end of the ball return. Pass out the cupcakes. Come on, guys. Right now? Right now? Yeah.
years of the program, and it was never like it was packed in here. I was like, we definitely reached capacity as far as fire marshal is concerned. Maybe. I did once or twice. I came back during college, and I announced a couple meets with her.
When I first started, my boss had to go back and watch a bunch of old stuff.
Yep.
Because Amy left before I started. So there was no one to teach me.
Yeah.
And that was like one of the students was
Okay. Yep. Yeah, I came back, like, if they were ever close to Thanksgiving break or, like, Christmas break, I would announce. Yes. Yeah, I think I only did it with her maybe a couple times max. But, yeah, it was usually, when I was in high school, it was her and Dar Gesser. Or did he announce it? So, because Dar was old for years, so he announced bowling when they announced. So, yeah. Yeah, they announced all 4 years while I was in high school. So, yeah. All right, we just took a quick break there to get the lanes turned off and back on for the Baker portion of today's meet. You might have overheard on the live stream. We also took time to wish Haley Strom a happy birthday again and sing a happy birthday. I don't think she was embarrassed at all, even though her cheeks were extremely rosy. Both teams took a quick minute to just enjoy some cupcakes and get some energy flowing before we head into Baker. Like I mentioned before, this is the Baker portion of the meet. This is where all members of the team, at least a roster of 5, bowl 2 frames during the game in a format of 1st and 6th, 2nd and 7th, 3rd and 8th, 4th and 9th, and 5th and 10th. We will go ahead and thank our sponsors before we get started with this. So our sponsors this year are Pizza Ranch in Harlan, United Bank of Iowa, Western Iowa Medical, Conductix Wampler, Mertu Medical Center, KNOD Radio, Cyclone Lanes, Keast Auto Center, Shelby County State Bank, Hanson House Senior Living, Polly Jones Funeral Home, Mertu Medical Center, Physical Therapy and Rehab Services, Fairway in Harlan, Do It Best Hardware, The Agency Insurance, Dr. J's Family Eye Care, Cyclones Eden Chemical, Hamilton Financial Services, Patriots Choice Contracting, and the Peterson Family Wellness Center and Lewis Family Aquatic Complex. Thank you to our sponsors. Baker portion for tonight is going to start with Katie Stern at leadoff. Unfortunately, that does not do what she wants, and she does toss it right into the gutter there. So we'll see if she's able to recover a little bit better on her second ball. Katie has struggled a little bit today, just getting the ball where she wants it, putting it a little too far outside, or pulling it across her body. And those can be challenges that you do face pretty consistently when you do have that modified one-step approach. Much better second ball, a little bit more through the nose, but she does get a 9 count there. Next in the lineup is going to be Phoenix Brewer. Phoenix Brewer does just about the same thing that Katie Stern did and threw it way outside. And unfortunately, it did not hang on enough to get any pins. OABCIG did start off with a spare, and then they now left the big 4. Much better second ball by Phoenix Brewer. She's going to go ahead and get a 6 count. Charlie Dorr is going to be in the 3 spot for Harlan today. Charlie Door's ball is going to go on the left side of the head pin, and she's just going to chop off 5 and leave 5. So we'll see if she's able to cover this spare. Charlie Door knocks off 4 of the 5, leaving the head pin. And we will now see Lucy DeGroot in the 4 spot. Lucy DeGroot had the high game, the first game for Harlan girls during the individual portion, and the second high game for the second game. She did put all 10 back for the Cyclones in the 4th frame, and now we will be to our birthday girl, Haley Strom. Haley Strom gets an 8 count there, leaving the 4-7 to go up for the spare. Haley was also our anchor at the first meet of the season against Kemper. She runs down that spare there. If you tuned in or were here live for the meet against Kemper, you know that this is a little bit more competitive of a meet, as Kemper only had 3 girls on their roster, and OABCIG does have a full roster of 6. So after the individual scores, we are ahead of OABCIG 1,227 to 1,204. So not many pins are keeping these teams apart right now. OABCIG is throwing up a lot of splits right now, which is helping Harlan out, but we do need to make sure we're covering our spares and getting high counts on spares to follow. Katie Stern goes up for the spare, and she nailed that one. Hopefully, once again, that just boosts her confidence a little bit. That was a great ball, great cover, and I know that she needs that boost of confidence right now, just to get out of her head and just bowl like she knows how to. Phoenix Brewer up for the Cyclones now on lane 3. High count off of that spare from Katie Stern would be wonderful. Looks good off of Phoenix's hand. She leaves something kind of nasty. She's got a 3-7-10 up there. Ideally, you know, you'd want to go in between the 3 and the 10 there and have the 3 pin slide over to pick up the 7 pin. But with the way that Phoenix throws the ball, she does throw a straight ball for right now. She is new to the game. So right now we would take count. But anything is possible if you've been around bowling at all for a while. Charlie Door up for the Cyclones. Looks like a good ball off her hand. Went through the nose though, and she is going to leave a 4-6-10. Again, we just need the count here, so the 6-10 is what we would like to see her pick up. This game is also neck and neck. 87 for the Cyclones in frame 7, 83 for OABCIG in the 7th. They do have the luxury of being on a strike though, and then a spare, so they are sitting well ahead of the Cyclones now. I have a feeling after this game that these two teams will be neck and neck for who's leading this meet. Lucy DeGroot up for the Cyclones, gets a nice 8 count. Easy to convert this 4-7, and she has had a really nice game going on so far. So we would love to see her pick this up and just give Haley something to work off of in the 10th frame. Gets over and does convert that, setting Haley up for the possibility to still end with a very good game for the Cyclones. OMBC IG is going to finish with a 128 here. The Cyclones still do have the opportunity to win this game depending on how Haley pulls. Haley gets a 7 count there. We would need Haley to pick this up to be able to win this game here and keep the Cyclones in the lead, which it looks like she is going to do. So the Cyclone girls are going to be sitting at a 122, meaning we just need the best count possible right here for the Cyclones to keep the lead and not lose any pins to the Falcons. Which is exactly what Haley's going to do. Going to leave that big 4 right where it belongs, and we're going to tie, so no pins lost and no pins gained for either team here.
125, they tied.
Katie Stern is still going to lead off for the Cyclones. Looks like a good ball. It's going to go Brooklyn, and she's going to get all 10, which is just what we needed to start this game. Madeline Gall up for the Cyclones with a 9 count, which is great off of Katie's strike. Madeline Gall picks up single pin spare there. just ran to discuss some of the scores that they have on the scoreboard. So unfortunately, one of the Harlan scores was entered wrong. So I've been really excited over here for a close meet. That was not accurate. So after the first Baker game and the individual scores, Harlan is actually sitting at a 12:45 to OABC IG's 13:32. So we are down less than 100 pins, but we need to make up some serious pins in order to see the Cyclones walk away with a win today. Lucy DeGroot is going to just miss the head pin there. We need to see something big from Haley Strom here to just get some momentum going again. Haley Strom, unfortunately, posts up another big 4. Not the place you want to have that, not in the 5th frame. So we'll see what count she's able to get, and hopefully Katie Stern can go up and throw another one of the strikes that she just had in the 1st frame. Katie pulls that shot a little far to the left, and she's only going to get a 3 count off of there. Much better second shot by Katie, but it still just came up a little bit too high there at the end. So now we will be back to Madeline Gull in the Cyclones lineup. Madeline Gull brings that a little backwards off of her hand. It looked like she also got a 4 count. So she's got 6 to shoot out here still. Madeline picks that up, even though it was kind of nasty. So much needed for the Cyclones. And we will be back to Charlie Dorr in the lineup for the Cyclone girls. This game is also still just sitting kind of neck and neck. Both teams at 72 in the 6th frame. Fortunately, we were able to get a spare there in the 7th frame. And Charlie Dorr just got a nice 8 count to go on top of that spare for count. While OABC IG did open in the 7th frame. Charlie Dorr is going to just pick the head pin off of that. Really thought she was going to have them both. Harlan does have the opportunity to gain a few pins back this game. Need a couple big frames here from Lucy DeGroot, who's up now for the Cyclones, and from Haley Strom in the 10th frame once we reach that point. Lucy DeGroot's ball is going to go Brooklyn, and she is going to get 9. Really could have used all 10 there. So we'll see if Lucy is able to run this down. Lucy misses that single pin, and so now we will see what Haley is able to do in the 10th frame here with the Cyclones. OABC IG did fill. Haley's going to go Brooklyn. She's going to get all 10. Haley's second ball also goes Brooklyn. She's going to leave that 5 pin. Harlan girls are going to finish with a 127 for their second Baker game, so 1 pin less than their first game there, and we only gained 4 pins as OABC IG had a 123 that game. All right, we are heading into Baker Game 3 here tonight at Cyclone Lanes versus OABCIG. We've got Charlie Dora leading off the girls. Nice ball off her hand, and she's going to get all 10. Cyclones have Phoenix Brewer up on lane 3 in the 2 spot. Coming off of a strike from Charlie Dorr, we'll see if Phoenix is able to get a good count here for the Cyclones, which it looks good off her hand. She's going to get a 7 count. Phoenix knocks down that 3-count spare for the Cyclones. And we'll now see Katie Stern in the 3 spot here for the for the Cyclones. Katie Stern goes Brooklyn there and knocks down 9. It's going to shoot at a 10 pin now. Katie Stern just knocks that 10 pin off the deck. I don't even think it fell. It more so just kind of slid, which can be very stressful. So we will now see Lucy DeGroot up for the Cyclones. We do have the opportunity to get quite a few pins back right now. OABCIG has not yet seen a spare this game. And right now we are sitting at 3 fills and 3 frames. Looks like a good ball from Lucy. Doesn't quite come up. And she's going to leave 4 on the deck. Lucy DeGroot only knocks one of those pins off. We'll now see Haley Strom up in the 5 spot still. One open for the Cyclones, sitting at a 62 going into the 5th frame. OABCIG is heading into their 7th already. In their 5th frame, they were at a 62. So do have a few pins right now. Except they just got some more momentum going with the strike there. So we will see what Haley's able to do for the Cyclones. Haley also gets a 7 count. She has a 3-pin spare to shoot at. After game 2 of Baker, Harlan Cyclones are sitting at a 1372 to OABCIG's 1455. Still plenty of pins to make up, but we did gain some room there. Just 4 pins after game 2. So Haley still just chops off that 5 pin, but OABCIG did have a 7-10 split, so we still have the opportunity to gain a few pins back. Charlie Dorr back up for the Cyclone girls in the leadoff position. She's just going to knock a few off the side there for a 3 count, I believe. Charlie pulled that across her body a little bit and only knocked off 1 more pin there, leaving the Cyclones at a 75, no fill heading into the 7th frame. Phoenix Brewer up for the Cyclones. Pulls that one cross body again, right into the left gutter. Phoenix's second shot for the Cyclone does get some pins back. She gets a 7 count, and we're sitting at an 82 right now. And OABC IG just got a fill in their 10th frame with the opportunity to increase their lead by just a few more pins. Katie Stern heading into the 8th frame for the Cyclones. Ball looks good off her hand, a little bit outside, came up way more than she anticipated. Still got a 5 count. Opportunity to get some pins here still. Katie Stern able to cover that 5 count there. We'll now see Lucy DeGroot. OABC IG finished with a 131 for their 3rd Baker game, which, depending on how the next 2 frames go, could increase their lead significantly. Lucy DeGroot, nice ball, gonna go Brooklyn, still missed the head pin. Good count on the spare. In the 8th frame for OABC IG, they were at a 97. We are at a 98, so every pin counts right now. Lucy goes and covers that, which is just what the Cyclones needed. Now we will have Haley Strom up to finish this 3rd game for the Cyclones. Nice ball for Haley. Fortunately did end up going through the nose, and she did leave us 6, 7, 10. All we can ask for here is the count. Gets 1, and the Cyclones are going to finish with a 123. Did lose quite a few pins there. We'll see what game 4 brings for the Cyclones. Charlie Dorr starts the Cyclones off with a strike for their 4th game. Now we will see Madeline Gall back for the Cyclones. Madeline Gall unfortunately put that ball in the right side gutter. So we'll see if she's able to get some pins back here on our 2nd shot. Just 3 for Madeline. And Katie Stern will now be up for the Cyclones. Nice ball for Katie Stern. Gonna go Brooklyn, and she's gonna get a 9 count there and leave a 10 pin to shoot at.
It wiggled, it didn't go down. Come on, Katie, you can get it. There she goes.
Katie runs that 10 pin down, like she knows how to do that. Lucy DeGrew up for the Cyclones on lane 4, heading into the 4th frame here. Pulled that one across her body a little bit and is still going to get a 6 count. Lucy just chops one off of there, and now we'll be to Haley Strum in the lineup for the Cyclones. Haley Strum gonna go through the nose a little bit there. Oh, excuse me. And she is gonna leave a 4-7. Haley pulled that one a little bit across her body and is only going to be able to chop the 7 pin off of her lead. Really need a fill here from the Cyclones to start off the second half of this game. After game 3 of Baker, the Heartland Cyclones are sitting at a 14.95 to OABC IG's 15.86. Rough game. Last game lost a few pins, and now heading in to the second half of this 4th game, win is looking less probable for the Cyclones unless we can really have a strong finish in this game and see a lesser game for OABCIG in both this 4th and the next game. Charlie Dorr was not able to convert her spare there in the 6th frame, so we will now be to Madeline Gall. Madeline Gall recovers from the gutter on her first ball and gets a 6 count for the Cyclones. Katie Stern up for the Cyclones. And looks really good off her hand. Gonna go Brooklyn, and she's gonna get a 9 count there and leave a 9 pin standing. Katie is gonna just get that 9 pin for the first fill since the last time she was up. Much of our first ball by Lucy DeGroot there for the Cyclones. Still walks away with a 7 count, but a much more doable pickup. Lucy, unfortunately, again, just knocks one off of her leave, sitting the girls at an 88 going into the 10th frame. Haley Strom goes to shoot at her spare there and knocks all 3 of those back. Haley gets a 9 count there, and the Cyclones are going to finish with a 107 for game 4. Right, the OABCIG girls finished with another 131 to increase their lead over the Harlan Cyclones. Unfortunately, a win is not attainable for the Cyclones after game 4. So we will just see how they improve for the next meet, but we'll keep encouraging them as they finish up game 5. Katie Stern is up for leadoff for the Cyclones. She left a single pin on lane 3. Katie Stern misses that 10 pin on lane 3, and we'll now see Phoenix Brewer up for the Cyclones. Phoenix Brewer with a 1 count for the Cyclones on lane 3. Put it a little bit far outside and wasn't able to move very much off of the outside boards. Phoenix Brewer overcorrected a little bit there and went right for the left side of the lane. Got another 4 pins though for the Cyclones, and now we'll see Charlie Dorr in the 3 spot. Charlie Dorr goes up, just about knocks at least 1 pin off of the rack before falling into the gutter. So we'll hope to see her make a big count here for her 2nd ball in the 3rd frame for the Cyclones. This will be the last game of our Baker play tonight. She also overcorrected and is just going to chop the 7 pin off for the Cyclones in frame 3. We'll now see Lucy DeGroot up in the 4 spot for the Cyclones. Varsity group gets a 6 count for the Cyclones. A doable spare, just need to get the ball a little bit closer to the head pin. Lucy DeGroot chops 3 off of her leave there, just leaving the 8 pin standing. So still no fill this game for the Cyclones. Haley Strom still staying strong in the 5th anchor position here. We'll see if she's able to get the Cyclones momentum going a little bit. Leaves a very doable spare, just a 1-2. Once she runs this back, we will hopefully see the Cyclones pick up maybe a few more spares, get a couple strikes just to finish this meet off strong and on a high note before going into their Thanksgiving break and a couple weeks off from home meets especially. Haley Strom picks that 1-2 up. So we will now be back to Katie Stern in the lineup for the Cyclones. Katie Stern has a good ball. It's going to go Brooklyn and take off a little more than she anticipated. She's going to leave a 1-3-5, sorry. Was watching that leave on 4 happen. That's a new one. She's got the 3, 4, 9, or sorry, 3, 4, 7, 9. It's kind of a weird one. Can't say I've seen that before. Katie just chops that head pin off, so we are back to just opens for the Cyclones. Phoenix Brewer up for the Cyclones on lane 3. Haley, are we at the line? Are we shooting free? Phoenix Brewer unfortunately put that one outside and also went in the gutter again there. Phoenix Brewer comes back and is able to get a 7 count there. Charlie Dorr up for the Cyclones. Looks like a good ball off her hand. Gonna go in the pocket and she's gonna leave a 5-8. OABCIG finishes with a 123 for their final Baker game of the night, and Charlie Dorr picks up her 2-pin spare there. Lucy DeGrew up for the Cyclones, heading into frame 9. Pulls that one right across her body and unfortunately is not going to get any count. Much better ball by Lucy. Just going to chop 3 off there. But right now we'll just take the count. Unfortunately, this game is not going in favor of the Cyclones at all. They cut their gap by adding no pins at all. So Haley Strum is up for the girls. She's going to get a 7 count there. Hopefully just a fill and some count here. Keep the gap somewhat close. After game 4, the girls were sitting at a 16:02 for the Harlan Cyclones to OABCIG's 17:17. So fortunately, won't see a Cyclone win here at home today, but hopefully we see lots of growth. And Jamie Anderson can get some more ideas for how to move forward with the girls, what to do in practice, and everything like that. So girls are going to finish with a 78 that game, which unfortunately was a big drop from their last few games.
Last year, I finished with a 177.
All right, the OABCIG girls are going to take the win away tonight with an 1840 total to Harlan's 1680. Congratulations to the OABCIG Falcons on their win tonight versus the Harlan girls. Thank you for tuning in.